Alright guys, how's it going? Not very good, I imagine. Well, I'm here to address what John Henry had to say yesterday. Before I start the video, I have got a really sore eye, and I thought, shall I wear my Ronnie and Reggies? You know, is that what's the problem is? Do I need to wear them? But these are for like long range, not short range, and it makes it impossible to read things. And I'm going to read from my tablet in a minute, so you're going to see me rubbing my eye quite a bit. Alright, I don't know what it is, but I do get it quite a bit. I think it's just the computer screens all the time and things. Maybe I need to get my eyes checked again. I'm not getting any younger, that is for sure, as you keep pointing out. So, I deleted a video I uploaded yesterday, which, you know, I was talking about the, you know, the Liverpool FC ownership situation, potential sale, minority sale, anything like that. I didn't delete it because it embarrassed me in any way. I deleted it because we had new information come out that we need to address. For example, I think I said in that video yesterday, you know, we haven't heard from Boston for a while, you know, the Boston Globe or whatever. And then yesterday we did. So if I leave the video online, because it's the same day, I'm going to get loads of people going, what are you talking about? Do you know what I mean, guys? So I just thought, right, just take that one down. So, but I left the other one up because I had nothing to do with it. So if you ever come along and you see a video online and it goes, there may be some, you know, I would think it, you know, I was going to say 9 times out of 10, I would say 10 times out of 10, it's because something new has come out that we can talk about. I've got to be honest with you. When the comments came out yesterday, I was going to say I immediately filled with dread, but I think that's the wrong definition, the wrong term to use. I was very depressed. It was, I mean, it's not really a shock, you know, what John Henry said, but as someone that is, you know, respectfully, thank you FSG, but please let someone else have a go now, because I feel like they've taken us as far as they can. I just, because I favour Middle East investment purely because, well, no, to say purely would be lying, wouldn't it? I'm trying to emphasise that I favour Middle East investment because I think people in that region are very competitive, they love the football, and they want to beat their rivals, you know, neighbouring countries and things like that may have a Premier League club. Obviously there's financial benefits which you take into consideration, but I'm not one of those fans that want us to be, you know, to spend ridiculously. You know, I still want us to be a well-managed club, but I want people running the club, wherever they're from in the world, to be football fans. Roman Abramovich, whether he's got blood on his hands or whatever, I don't know what to believe these days in the media, but you know, he was a football fan. He genuinely was a football fan. The people at Manchester City are football fans, as are the people at Newcastle. Now, you know, I'm not anti-American in any way, shape or form. I love America. You know, I have so many friends there. Smooth, as many as you will know, is my best friend that is American, that lives in America, and his family are like my family. I mean, like, Smooth is literally my brother, you know, like, I'm not really sure you need blood to define, you know, family or not, I don't know. I love America, I love American people, but they have American sports and they're very different to our sports, and they're also very different to how we work. Now, for example, I put a video on here a couple of weeks ago about my visit to Chicago Fire, right, soccer club, right? They invited me in, they gave me a pre-match tour of the stadium, you know, just me and one of their chaps from that club. And there is another part of that to go online as well. Go and have a look. It hasn't got many views, which disappointed me a little bit because, all right, it's not about the takeover, it's not about Liverpool, but the reason I do them little videos is to show you, I thought that was quite like an important opportunity for us, because I wanted to show you, sorry, I've just had a shave, I wanted to show you like how football is over there. So I was a bit disheartened. I didn't get many, you know, views on that video, to be honest with you, because I was like, come on, guys, you know, like. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So when I went to their football game, Shaqiri was playing for them and he scored as well. Just the whole pantomime of like American sports. You know, we saw it in the Champions League final, didn't we? You know, where they're trying to do this. I don't know. I don't even know. Was it pre-match or I don't know. I didn't even pay attention to it. Probably because I want to forget it. But I don't like the American pantomime around sports. You know, even the way they read the team out. You know, and it's very energetic and it's great and all that, and it's what they do. But our game, football, is very simple. It's very simple. You turn up, you know, you watch the match, you maybe have a beer or a pie, or, you know, chips, whatever, I don't know. Not because, you know, I don't eat pies, obviously. We'll talk about it in another video. Anyway, but our game's different. And just like, I think that FSG have brought some spectacular things to Liverpool Football Club, definitely. And I think the whole match day experience is very good. You might remember a few years back, actually more than a decade ago, I went to see the New York Red Bulls play, I think it was, and I went with Smooth. And I remember doing videos and that for you at the time, saying, guys, what they do before the games, you know, we need this at Anfield, you know, the kids will love all this. And I really do believe that FSG have introduced some of that, which is good. But there's certain things about American sports and attitudes and the pantomime, the circus around it all, that it just doesn't fit with the English game of football. I don't care what anyone says. You know, they talk about, like, at football stadiums, you know, like, you know, giving you shelter and you know, a roof on and all that. But for me, part of the buzz is going to the football in winter, you know what I mean? Like when you're drenched through, fucking, don't want to swear, you know, and it's just freezing. Do you know what I mean? That's football, innit? You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe it's different for different people, but football to me is you follow the sport in a particular way. And I was at the football in Chicago. It's just not, you know, they're trying to do it, but the point I'm telling you all this is because it's how Americans are. So if you're an American business and you want to buy Liverpool Football Club and, you know, and really take us, you know, you love football and all that, then great. I have no problem with that at all, right? But just from my experience, I've never really met people in America other than individual fans that have that kind of passion, you know. Like when I was over there, I think I went to America twice last year, right? And each time, you know, people say, "What do you do for a living or whatever?" You know, so I run a soccer website. Oh, right, yeah. You know, it's just not the same, is it? Whereas you go to any pub in England, and I get talking, you know, when you have a few beers and you talk to someone, what do you do for a living? Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Did you see that goal? But you know, it's just that it's the whole cultural thing. You know what I mean? So there's no anti-American vibe, but I do favour the Middle East, you know. So these comments, I've got my tablet because I need to be specific with this, right? You know I'm like that on here. I like to be very specific. It's got to right to the minute detail of when you're quoting someone, when it's important. I think that you need to be spot on, right? Because I found over the years that people will chop and change what you say, and you can just change one or two words and it gives a completely different angle or spin on it. So I've got my tablet. This video is going to be all over the place because there's a lot that I want to say. But I was depressed when that news came out yesterday. I mean, literally, I was sat on the sofa. My immediate reaction was to come on here and make a video for you and talk to you. But I couldn't do it, guys, because I literally, and if this makes me a bad person, I'll take it, it's fine. I literally went, I don't care anymore. Not bothered. Don't care. And it's an attitude I've had for a few years anyway, as many of you guys know. You know, I want Liverpool Football Club to be successful for you guys. I want you to enjoy it because for me, the top flight game just isn't what it is. You know, it just isn't what it is. It's not just about the ownership. You know, I see this at, you know, Manchester United, and as much as we can't stand them, you know, they deserve better as well, because at the end of the day, we're football fans, and my heart is just not in it like it used to be. Now, I want you to think about this, right? I started supporting Liverpool when I was a kid at junior school or something like that. Liverpool, Liverpool Football Club has been my entire life. I can't explain to you. When I was a teenager at school, I was getting suspended from school and having letters sent home to my mum and dad saying, we have today excluded Duncan from school on a temporary basis for 2 weeks, which was the maximum they could suspend you at the time, because he got into a fight because Liverpool lost their unbeaten run. I had literally had letters sent home like that, and I wish I still had them, because I think they're class, to be honest with you. So I'd go into school the next day, and you'd get friends, and then I'd end up fighting and carrying on. I'm not a fighter, I'm a very passive person, but just the passion, and just like, I got into trouble at school. I had letters sent home from school for being obsessed with Liverpool. I got married at Anfield, as many of you will know, to my first wife. 24th of July 1999, at the stadium, photographs on the pitch, all the family on the Kop, everything. It was an incredible day. Season ticket holder since the 90s, and my season tickets came from Peter Robinson, the former Liverpool chief executive. I've got the tattoo, the club badge on here, which I had when I was about 17, maybe even 16, I don't know, 17 I think, one day when I was drunk with my late friend Kenny. Which looks terrible now, to be honest with you. Former club shareholder. I was a shareholder of Liverpool Football Club until Hicks and Gillette forced us to sell our shares in the club, and I can't remember, around then it was probably £3,000, £4,000, £5,000 a share or something like that, and it was what I dreamt of from being a young lad. When I knew that you could buy shares privately in the club, one share. That's all I had. I had no money. One share, and I did everything I could to get the money to get that one share, and it meant everything to me, guys. Everything. Every single day of my life is Liverpool Football Club. Without you guys subscribing to my channel, being a member, contributing to the the KopTalk kitty in any way, shape or form, however you do it, whether it's the podcast, whether it's buying me a beer on a Saturday night on here, I wouldn't be able to exist, right? So if you think about that, I should be on here all the time going, come on guys, look how passionate, and because the whole point is to keep the mood up, right? Because if I'm disheartened, then maybe that affects me. Maybe you turn off and go, do you know what, Dunk's right, I've had enough, cancel my membership, I'm off, right? So, but I can't lie to you. I can't lie to you. So maybe it's suicide, saying, I'm not bothered. Maybe that's suicide. I don't know, but I'm not going to lie to you. I can't lie to you guys, because you give me my life. I can't turn a light on in my house without you guys. The KopTalk's my only income, and you guys are everything. Why am I telling you all that? Because I'm trying to tell you how much football and Liverpool Football Club has meant to me in my entire life. I've lost marriages because of Liverpool Football Club. Some of the best memories in my life, my late father taking me to the '86 Cup final, my first ever Liverpool game against Everton, going to Germany with my late mother, to the cup final out there, and my mum, when I was a kid, a young lad, 8, 9, my mum saying to me, Dad, you better get him a Liverpool kit and all that. I could fit in a kit at one time, guys, because my mum knew what it meant. My uncle, massive Leeds United fan, buying me a Liverpool clock as a kid for my bedroom. He wanted me to be Leeds, but he knew I was Liverpool. My life has been Liverpool Football Club. But I don't care anymore. I care about the club, but what is the club? I feel so detached from it all. I see fans, right, that you guys call top reds, not me, of course, and they're accepting things as they are, and they think it's great because they don't know any better. You see, I'm older. So, and even there's older fans than me that would have bigger expectations than me, right? But when I was a kid growing up, Liverpool, right, finishing second was a disaster. Like, not even a joke, guys. Not like, oh, we're a bit sad. Like, it's first or nothing. Every competition, FA Cup, you win it. League Cup, you win it. Charity Shield, you win it. None of this like, oh, that's not important, let's put the kids out. It was a whole different environment. So I've been brought up with like real passion, and like Liverpool Football Club has meant everything to me. Everything. But the game has changed so much now with these foreign investors and things. And not just at my club. Not just at my club. I represent, well, I don't represent anyone, but I share the views of people at them other clubs. Look on this YouTube channel. On this channel, when you finish watching this video and search Hull City, I did a phone-in on BBC Radio once, many years ago. What's Hull City got to do with me? You know, nothing. But I was on a radio show. I can't remember how I got invited onto it or what I was on it for. It's only a short clip. And I was sticking up for the Hull City fans. You know, like the owner there was trying to change things. And there was a lad on here, came on a stream the other week, and he said, Duncan, I've watched your videos for years, ever since you stuck up for Hull City, my team. I don't even support Liverpool, but I watch your vids. I'm a football fan, right? Now, I'm telling you all this to try and tell you how much it bothered me yesterday, because for years, I've been crying out for change at Liverpool. I never wanted these people to own the club from day one, as many of you know. And I went to Boston when they bought the club. And I met people, and I formed enough opinions out there then to plant the seed in my head what might happen in the future. And it did. Every single thing did happen regarding their ownership. But I don't want to come across as disrespectful to FSG. As much as I don't want them around, really, I can acknowledge the good that they have done. Which is why when people talk of flying planes saying FSG out, I just say, thanks, John, but please let someone else do it. So I'm trying to keep a mature head on. And maybe I'm a spoilt brat. Maybe I'm a spoilt brat because I'm not getting my own way as a supporter with Liverpool Football Club. I don't know. That's for other people to decide. But I reckon supporters of my age group and above would say, no, don't you spot on. The young ones, maybe not, because they don't know any different. Now, so the news came out, John Henry's comments, and I was deflated, and there's a lot of me to deflate. And I was like, and I know I'm not the only one. We have a chat room. Come and join us. You can come at any time. Type this in your browser, T for Telegram, t.me/KopTalk chat. Come and join us. I'll be in there when you finish watching this video. And I know there was people in there yesterday saying, I give up, or I give up. But you can't give up. You guys can't give up because you still got your passion for the club and all that. You can't give up. I can. Although I can't wait for tonight's game. It's just the emotional thing. They don't understand. John Henry and that, they don't understand, man. So listen. In my video yesterday, I'm sure I said there's been nothing from Boston, has there, for a bit, guys? Yeah, and then what happens? It comes from Boston yesterday. Boston Sports Journal. Now, listen. My job here is to try and to think, ask questions, offer debate, whatever. No ITK nonsense around here, right? I don't need to like big myself up as an ITK. I'll let the people on my members' website decide whether KopTalk has a good idea of what goes on most of the time. Now, for those of you that don't know, because it'll depend where the quotes came from yesterday, they came from the Boston Sports Journal, right? Now, the minute the quotes came out to me yesterday, I should have got on the computer and done a news article. I owe that to my members at least, because I work for them, right? But I couldn't do it. And I thought, what's the point? I've read the quotes anyway. They know what it is. But I still went through the process of where did them quotes come from? Where was he speaking? Because it makes a big difference. Now, it came from Boston Sports Journal, right? So, these quotes, John Henry's talking because he's trying to appease the supporters of their Rounders team out there, right? Baseball, whatever you call it. I've been to Tom Hicks invited me to the baseball when I was out there, and I had an absolutely luxurious treatment when I went to the baseball, and buffet, unlimited buffet. That was the best part of it, to be honest with you. But I've never been so bored in all my life, honestly. My mum was there, my girlfriend at the time. I was in the posh bits, they were out with the peasant. And my mum kept messaging me saying, can we please leave? Never been so bored in all my life. Anyway, someone's messaging me. Let's get rid of that, sorry. Why am I talking about baseball? Right, because of these, right? So, the atmosphere over there is quite toxic at the moment. So he's got to say things. This was what this interview was about. Please stop texting me. Sorry, I don't mean that. What I mean is I'm trying to concentrate. And I can't turn the phone off in case something important. Well, I can't turn it off as I can't record. He's got to appease the Boston Red Sox fans, right? Because they think that his priority is Liverpool and we think his priority is the baseball. So you've got to remember that first. Anything he's saying, you know, he's trying to keep them on side, right? Now, when I heard that John Henry had surfaced, I was very suspicious. Because he hides away in Boston as well from them people. So I thought to myself, why? What's this all about, right? So, some of you might not know this, but the interview wasn't like, you know, all right, John, yeah, can you answer these questions? It was a predetermined interview, so the questions had been submitted in advance for John Henry to answer by email, right? And that gives you that is so beneficial to be able to respond, because it is like you've got the absolute, you're not going to make a mistake, you know bang on the money what you're going to say, all right? So you could ask me a question. It's like coming home, innit, on a weekend, and you miss go, where have you been? You've been out all night, and you go like that. When I was with Dave, wasn't I? You said Dave was, oh yeah. No, but if you did it by email, you'd be all right, wouldn't you? You'd be like, I was down there a lot, you know. Anyway, right. So this is talking about John Henry and his and Tom Werner and Sam Kennedy going to Fort Myers on Monday. Blah blah blah. You don't need to know all this really. Henry does not plan to address the media during his visit. He has largely, hang on, I'm going to rephrase that because that's not what it says. Henry has largely avoided taking questions from reporters in recent seasons. What does that tell you? He was on stage at the team's winter weekend in Springfield last month and took a few questions, but that was his first time in a media setting since February 2020. That's 3 years. And we saw that, didn't we? He was like, you know, he came out with some sarcastic comment, I think, about ticket prices and stuff like that. And I think he got heckled and booed and whatnot, yeah? However, so that think about it, guys. If you're avoiding, you know, the media, when you're, you know, these, whether we, you know, have time for baseball or not, them fans, they care about their club and whatever it is that they enjoy. And there's times when you want answers. And if you're hiding away, not only does that make you cowardly, it means that you've got something to hide. Because I'll take my hat off to anybody, whether it's a politician, whether it's the manager of a restaurant, whether it's a big owner like this, when there's criticism, if they stand up and go, I'm in charge, right? Please ask me. And if you don't have to be worried about what you're going to reply with, what does it matter? Because you can just say, well, I can tell you this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to give you an example of that on a very, very much smaller scale right now before we proceed. Right? So, you represent something and you answer the questions, right? Now, I can't do it because it's on there. Or can I do it? Is it on here? WhatsApp? Let's have a look. No, it's not. It's on that phone. I'll save it for another video because someone cornered me today about well, to do with that headline actually, Daily Mirror and the boss there, and someone, you know, came to me because I posted that back page on our social media channels and in our private group, which I just told you about, t.me/KopTalk chat, and KopTalk News is the other one, same thing. Well, that's the news, that one's chat. And this guy, Liverpool fan, respectfully, politely messaged me direct and said, why are you putting this out? Right? Why are you putting that out? I'm the main man, right, at KopTalk, right? So what do you mean? And he basically said, you're spreading negativity. Now, I didn't hide away and go and just ignore him, or I confronted this issue, right? And I just said, I'm not spreading negativity. That's something that's in the paper. And every night, as all of you guys know that follow me, every night I put out the back pages. I don't pick them. Mirror, Star, Mail, Metro, Telegraph, Guardian, all the obvious, if there's anything to do with the back pages, I put them out usually. Much depends when I've gone to bed. Yeah, I'm not going to stay up and do it. I only posted one last night because I did go to bed, and I got that one, the Daily Mirror. I just dropped it out there. It's Jurgen Klopp on the back page. It's important, you guys. I didn't even read it, right? Just put it on because I know that you'd want to see it. So he was saying, well, you shouldn't be putting it out before a big game. So what are you talking about? This is in the media. This isn't me saying it. And he said, yeah, but you should be not doing that. And I had to explain, I think it would be very insulting for me to cherry pick what I can put out there to the people that follow my content, because it's just real, isn't it? You'd have to believe what's in the newspapers. But I'm not going to cherry pick. I'm not going to hand pick, well, that sounds all right, I'll put that out. In other words, don't put anything negative out, Duncan, about Liverpool football. No, I'm sorry, no. It's not up for me to decide. That's insulting, I think, to think, well, these guys can't handle it. No, I nearly swore then, but I didn't. But it was all right. The point I'm making is, he had an issue with something that KopTalk was doing, and he came to me as the main man, and I responded to him, and he's cool. We're all right, yeah. So whatever you run in life, you don't shirk away or hide away unless you've got reason to. That's what I think. So this interview was conducted by email, which meant that John Henry could pick and choose what he wanted to answer, and he could take his time in answering every question, right? So his exact, the focus around Liverpool Football Club, I've got the entire interview here. Question, by email, remember. Given some of the activity surrounding Fenway Sports Group and its various holdings, purchase of the Pittsburgh Penguins, rumoured interest in buying an NBA team, potential sale of Liverpool, or at least taking on additional investors, can you state with confidence that there are no plans to sell the Red Sox in the near future? So this is about, this journalist, he's not interested in Liverpool. This journalist, should I say the people reading this interview over there are not interested in Liverpool. They want to know, this is about Red Sox. You got any plans to sell the Red Sox then? So what he's trying to do now is a lay them fix. Like, no, absolutely not. Definitely not. Right? So this answer here is nothing to, it wasn't addressing the Liverpool speculation directly, or the Liverpool situation, should I say. So I actually find it rather disrespectful to the entire fan base, whether you are a top red, as some people might call you, or whether you're a realist, as I would like to call you. And I think it's disrespectful even to the local media, the Liverpool, this answer should be coming to, this is about our football club. He could answer specifically about the Red Sox here, but he chose to go with bringing Liverpool into it. Now, we've all been in the dark for months, right? To a certain extent, manager included, right? If you think Jurgen Klopp knows what's happening on the investment front, you'd be deluded, because he doesn't know, right? So, sometimes when you see, when people make claims online, I always think, well, we know the boss doesn't even know that yet. You know what I mean? So, anyway, the point I'm trying to make is, if you've got something to say about Liverpool Football Club, I think you guys, because I'm not bothered anymore, you guys deserve to know first. And certainly it needs to be going out through local media. Show a bit of respect. That's what I think anyway. Because he knows, I will get that cup of tea. He knows what he's doing, guys. He does. He knows what he's doing. And he knows the minute he mentions Liverpool Football Club, that's going to explode, right? Think about that for a minute. He knows the minute he mentions Liverpool Football Club, that entire statement is going to go global, right? What did I tell you before? What do I always tell you? When you read something, ask yourself why you are reading it. Who does it benefit? Does it benefit you? Does it benefit that newspaper? Does it benefit the Red Sox fans? Does it benefit FSG? I always think that. There isn't always a conspiracy theory, but it's the first thing I think. Why am I reading this? Why has he said that? So the initial thing I think there is, which we're going to get to what he said in a minute, is, well, he's saying this to keep the fans on side, or, well, not on side, but keep them calm in Boston, right? Can you state with confidence that there are no plans to sell the Red Sox in the near future? Nothing to do with Liverpool, and that really, if you think about it. Although Liverpool is mentioned in the paragraph leading up to it. So, John Henry, yes. I know there has been a lot of conversation and quotes about Liverpool Football Club, but I keep to the facts. Now, his facts are not a Rafa Benitez fact, are they? See, I'm biting already. Because I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him. We merely formalised an ongoing process. Will we be in England forever? No. Right? I think that's because he wants the Boston Red Sox fans to think that they're going to give all their focus there. That's just a place. I can't say that with certainty. Are we selling LFC? No. Are we talking with investors about LFC? Yes. Will something happen there? I believe so, but it won't be a sale. Have we sold anything in the past 20 plus years? So let's just break it down a little bit. Will we be in England forever? No. Okay. So that means at some point you have to sell. Yeah? Or you just never, you know, that doesn't mean visiting England. You could still be a part of an, he's basically saying, yeah, will it be in England forever? No, that means at some point they will be, right? That's the intention. You have to answer all of these as you choose. You answer these as you read. I'm just giving you my opinion. Are we selling LFC? No, because at the time of that interview, we're not selling LFC. No, he's not lying. We're not, selling LFC. 2 weeks from now, it might be. Because in 2 weeks' time, if they're sold, people could say, well, you said you weren't selling. You go, no, when I was interviewed, we weren't selling LFC. At the moment, there's nothing on the table, right? That's what I would assume that what this means. Are we talking with investors about LFC? Yes. We know this. We know this, right? And I did a video on this YouTube channel, probably 10 days ago, 2 weeks, I don't know when it was, for the members, Quiet Life, I can't be doing with it, and I think it's related to that personally. And I think it was called FSG's Dinner Date or something, and I elaborated further, probably in a written format on the KopTalk members website, or something, I can't remember, or contributed to something. It will be on the members website anyway, but Quiet Life, private environments, can't be doing with people running the mouse and all that, right? So people were named that were at that social event, and they would be what you would consider people with the existing investors. So the guy from Redbird was there. There was people that have tried to buy Chelsea that were there. Now, that meal could have been a sit-down, oh, are you interested, right? They could have been celebrating something with them. Don't think so. Or they could be celebrating, just discussing progress in the industry or that market with these people that are in the same sort of thing. Or, yeah, we're speaking to whoever. That dinner date video, in my opinion, is very relevant to this, all right? Are we talking with investors? Yes. Will something happen there? I believe so, but it won't be a sale. Now, I'm not trying to give you false hope here in the slightest, right? But that, to me, doesn't read how everybody else read it yesterday, all right? It won't be a sale, I think, personally, is in relation to will something happen there with those investors. So those specific investors, will there be a sale? No, I don't think so, right? Sorry, I believe so. Sorry, I believe so. But it won't be a sale. Are we talking with investors? Yes, we are talking with investors. Will something happen there with those investors? I believe so, but it won't be a sale. Those specific investors would not be a sale, is what I think he was saying. I'm not giving you false hope because it sounds like that's what he wants to do, right? So there won't be. You can take it as you want. I just don't believe that means that we wouldn't sell the club. I just don't, and I'm not clutching, guys, because that sounds like what he wants. That sounds like exactly what he wants, and in my opinion, they've got a deal right there to take on the minor investment front. And I looked at this is true. I woke up last night 3 o'clock in the morning thinking about this, right? And I knew if I shut my eyes again, I wouldn't remember what I was going to say. So I actually got up at 3 o'clock this morning and got my phone and I was like typing stuff up because I knew I'd forget what I wanted to say. Now, trying to keep the Boston supporters on side, yes. There's some of the bits I want to come to you about in a minute. The timing of it. His comments come after the deadline set by Manchester United with regards their potential sale. It comes out on the eve of the Champions League fixture, which I don't think is very helpful. Usually they do things like that to distract. Probably would have been a better idea to mention it afterwards or something. So again, he knows what he's doing. I mean, I'm not the brightest fella in the world, like, you know what I mean? But these are billionaires, man. They know what they're doing. Because I'd be like, even me as an absolute div, I'd be like, don't put it out yet. Just hang on a minute. Let's see how we're doing, against Real Madrid. If it goes pear-shaped, maybe we'll run it then. I don't know. It's negative news, I think. You need to think about it. I put disrespectful not to communicate via the official AFC website or local media. They don't have to provide running commentary. Who are we to demand? I mean, you could say, well, the supporters groups demand, yeah, but who cares what they say? You know what I mean? Like, he owns the club, he can do what he wants. I just think it's disrespectful. They don't have to provide running commentary. But if you're going to make your first public, statement about the whole issue, then maybe a good time, a good way of doing that would be via your own thing. So why has that not happened? Why? It's just, yeah. This is what I put down. In the middle of the night. He knows he has a minor investment option guaranteed. That's what I think. He knows that. It's there for the taking. Because it was a very confident response to that question. And he had time to think about his answer because it was by email. To me, opinion. Right? He's got at least one offer of minor investment. Right? Guaranteed. That's my take on it. That's my intuition. You don't have to go with me or whatever. You make your own opinions. He's got one, right? At least. And going public with that declaration can prompt others to step up further. Maybe it doesn't necessarily mean a bid from Qatar or Dubai or anywhere like that. This could be another minor investor might go, we're going to have to make a move, Ralph. You know what I'm saying? He has not said those things about Liverpool Football Club just to give an update to keep everyone happy. Trust me, right? Yes, they want to keep the Red Sox fans on board, but all he has to say is, we will not be selling the Red Sox. That's it. Stop dead there, right? If you represented John Henry in a legal professional and you didn't want him to divulge anything to do with investment or sales because it might harm or alter things, what would you be saying to him after that interview? You'd go, are you mental, John? What have you said that for? So therefore he has said it because he wants people to see that. If he was happy and content with a minor investment deal, which I reckon he's got on the table, you wouldn't have seen that. And he'd have signed it off already. So to me, that was a last push. That was like trying to flush one out. Right? That's what I think. That's my opinion. I'm not really sure what more I can add to that. I'm not giving you any false hope. I'm not clutching. I am not one of these people that want something so much that I'll start, saying things just to like try and, satisfy my own hopes and needs. This is just what I believe. And You know, I say to you all the time, my opinions change every day. And this is why. This is why I took the video down yesterday. And this is why we're making the one today. 2 weeks ago, I said, I think Liverpool Football Club would be sold. Then I was like, a week ago, I was like, I'm not really sure. Then I found a little bit of energy the last few days again. And I think I said yesterday, I think John Henry's playing us all. I think they're playing us all. And I still think they're playing us all. I genuinely do. And I know for a fact, and I can't remember what it was, that I said we haven't heard from Boston yet for a while, have we? You know, and then boom, something comes out the same day. How freaky is that? I think that is a tactical move to apply pressure to people involved in that process already, right? Whether it's someone that's made an informal offer or not, or it's, you know, well, we've heard they might be interested in me, right, well, then that's it. Yes, so yeah, it looks like we've got a minor investor, and I don't see there being a sale. Money talks, guys. Money talks. It's that simple, and it's so insulting. But I'm going to mention it one more time, because I want you to listen to it. I read it differently, right? Are we talking? Are we selling LFC? No, we're not, because they're not. That's not what's happening. You can't sell LFC unless you've accepted a bid. It's a true statement. Are we selling LFC? No, we're not. I'm not selling my house today. I'm not selling my house in the market. I'm not selling it. I'm not even trying to sell it. No. I might rent a flat out, or a part of it inside my house, maybe a room to someone, minor investment. And if that person that wants that room says, you know what, I never thought about selling this place, don't say, oh, well, what do you think? Money talks, guys, right? Are we talking with investors? Yes. Will something happen there? Will something happen there with them, with the people we're talking about? I believe so, but it won't be a sale. That means he's got his deal, he's got his minor investor there, but they're not interested in selling it, you know, buying the whole thing. So this is your little, you know, there's your chance. Spring. Now's your chance. Step up. Or it might not happen. So that's what I think. You think what you want. That's what I think, and I won't change my opinion. So, what else? My eye's not, I think it's held up, hasn't it? I don't think I'll be rubbing it too. Oh, God. I know we all banter and take mick and that, but I have been feeling very good recently. And I had a conversation about my video today, so I don't know what that's all about. We'll see. No false hope on this channel. No false hope on this channel. And it does sound like it sounds like to me he's got what he wants, if he wants to put it over the line. That's what I think. That's what I think. I don't think there's much more I can add to it. I don't think there's much more I can add to it. So, minor investment to me solves nothing. It buys time. It gives them another 5 to 8 years, maybe. A minor investor's not going to put money into the team. The money they use to buy in could be a portion of that could be used to strengthen the team. I think that if you're John Henry, this is what I would be thinking now. I'd be thinking, right, we're going to do a minor investment deal, right? That means we hold on to it, right? And what we're going to do is these lot are going to be raging mental. So we've got to make sure, what's that soccer player called? Bellingham. You got to get him. You got to get him or someone of that caliber that'll shut them up, because they're a bit naive like that. That's what I'd be thinking if I was John Henry. I don't think Bellingham will happen without minor investment or significant player sales, personally. Or if it did, you can forget anybody else coming in my opinion. I don't know. We'll worry about that later. All right, guys. I'm sorry if my video's all over the place. I do still care about Liverpool Football Club. I'll never stop loving the club. Like, it's just not what it all was. And it's an opinion that I form, not just based on the ownership at Liverpool Football Club. It's an opinion I base on, you know, on my fellow supporters, even at my rivals, Manchester United and all over, you know. Which is American owners, you know. Do you not get sick of this? I get sick of it, guys. I've had enough of it. Couldn't care less. Well, that's me being defensive and trying to pretend myself I don't care. I really do care so much, you've no idea. But to try and manage it, I tell myself I don't care. And what upsets me more is seeing you guys, and I listened to all your messages in the KopTalk chat group yesterday, all the posts on the members' website, all the comments on YouTube. I listen to all you guys, and I know how much it means to you. And it does mean more to you than it does me, definitely. But it's very difficult for me as someone that wants to do this kind of stuff with you guys to be positive. And I just I guess I've been, I don't want to say sucked in because that makes it sound like naive, because I wouldn't ever describe myself as naive. But I feel like I was given that hope of Liverpool Football Club deserves to have really ambitious owners. Not reckless, but ambitious owners. And I can see it, how it could be. And it makes me sad. It makes me sad that if we go down that route, I don't think we're going to see a huge change. 10 years has gone like that. You can go back through my videos. We were talking about this nonsense 10 years ago, and we'll probably be doing the same. I hope I'm here in 10 years, So please do take time to thumbs up the video. That means you liked it, I guess. Leave a comment. I can't reply to everyone. If you've supported Let's Make KopTalk TV great again, please make sure your name's in the video description below. It should be in all the videos all year. If it's not, please email me dunk@koptalk.com. You can join the channel if you want to put a smile on my face. And I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. At the end of the day, if they remain, there's nothing we can do about it. I intend to make additional videos about this, in particular I want to make a video about Manchester United in Qatar, their situation. I don't know if I'll get a chance to do that today, but I have other things that I want to say about this. And I just want to be clear as I end the video. I don't think FSG are bad owners. I just don't think they're the right owners. And I think there should be better communication from John Henry. We have a chairman. We never hear from them. We just don't hear anything. Nobody cares about you. That is for sure. And I don't know. I quite like the idea of the Middle East coming in and going, and giving it some enthusiasm and say, right, what's on? Just like a new change. And absolutely dreadful comments yesterday. I'm not trying to give you false hope or anything. That's how I interpreted the comments. And it does sound like he has a guaranteed option on the table. And I just think, why are we being told that? He could put it over the line right now if he wanted to. So there's a reason why he said that yesterday. He wasn't caught off guard. He had time to think about the answer and whether to comment on Liverpool Football Club. And you need to know that. You need to know that that interview was not someone that jumped him in the street on stage in front of loads of fans, a random question, that sat in his inbox and he went, how am I going to answer that? What am I going to do? Right? And if you want to go down the route of don't be daft, Dunk, it's just whatever, then fine, that's all right. He didn't sit there and think about it. Then he should have more intelligence to answer it in a way to exclude Liverpool and just say, no, I just talk about the Red Sox. We're not selling the Red Sox, which is what the question was. He didn't have to elaborate. And if he's going to elaborate, if he's an intelligent man, which he clearly is because he's stinking rich, then, I think that he should be saying to the fans, look, this is how it's going. It's just the lack of communication is terrible. We don't expect to run in commentary, but we shouldn't be hearing about it from across the pond, which I find highly offensive to all the people that care about Liverpool Football Club, So please, if you disagree with me or you agree with me, let me know. I read every single comment, and every time you send me a comment, it comes through in an email. Honestly, I'm never off my phone. You're the most important people. I like to hear your views. I'm sure that you assume that there will be a minor investment. That's how I feel today. I don't believe that that's nailed on right at this particular moment. That's why I think we're hearing that comment. But, these people in the Middle East and places, they will be ripped off. They won't be ripped off. They'll have a figure and that's it. I personally think that Liverpool Football Club and Manchester United are probably overvalued by these greedy people, and they are greedy. I also think that, you know, when I hear like HSBE, it makes me cringe, like, you know what I mean? And I hear about these other people. Please watch the video on here, the FSG dinner date, or have a look on the members' website. Remember, by watching or reading on there, you're supporting me. At least, you know, I'm just getting by in life. Fucking not great. Martin Broughton. I think when Martin Broughton started commenting on Liverpool Football Club and admitting that he'd been talking to them and all of that, that was the biggest, like, the alarm bells were sounding immediately. I can't explain to you when he surfaced and started saying, oh yeah, I've spoke to them. I know he's promoting a book and all that, but he's another one. He knows what he's saying. He knows what he's doing. All right? Like, I can't say what I want to say, but Martin Broughton, please go away. Do you know what I mean? All right, guys. I hope the video was okay. And we should be focusing on the game tonight. That's it. So, but we can't, like that lad said to me, you can't be talking about negative things. Oh, we're supposed to, like, cherry pick stuff then. Let's come on here today and go, hey, it's all right, guys. Don't matter, does it? You know, up the Reds. Hey. Speak to you in a bit, guys. Thank you for watching.